Hi everyone. How's it going? The music's still playing. That's okay. So, music for today was Lovely Planet OST. So, for those that have not seen that game before, I did do speedruns of it a decent bit back. Just really love the soundtrack for it. Really nice. And I wanted to share it a little bit, play it a little bit, because more people deserve to hear it. It's really good. Worth listening to. Worth watching the speedruns for it too. Very, very fast-paced speedrun. Anyways, hi. This is not my usual home of streaming. This is not where I live usually. If you've subscribed to me here, you might have seen me playing this game lately. If not, welcome to Cranked Up. This is a speedrun. Not speedrun, it's a game. It's a game that I speedrun about a donut animal that rolls around, and really fun platformer. Good times. I'm streaming on YouTube today. One, because today is kind of people are going off Twitch based on some of the raids that have been happening, unfortunately, with people's streams, getting them banned by mass reporting them. So kind of just a day to bring attention to that. And also because I've not really tried streaming on YouTube before, and I'm kind of curious about it a little bit. So I want to give it a go and see how I feel about it. So that's kind of what we're doing today. That's the plan. But yeah. So, trying things out, seeing how folks are doing, all that good stuff. But we'll be doing a couple hours of speedruns today for Cranked Up. Going off the game a little bit, hanging out, having a good time, all that stuff. It should be a lot of fun. I'll get the game music going. As much as I want to listen to the OST for Lovely Planet. Probably about time we played the video game. It'd be weird, I don't have a channel point reward for which donut animal to play as. So I guess if you do end up having a preference, you're like, hey, play as this donut animal. I can try to make it happen. But either way, we're gonna start off with a little bit of a warm-up. Get my hands ready to go and see where that takes us. I did just get back from the eye doctor, and unexpectedly, my pupils got dilated today. So that's been fun. I have everything dimmed because I didn't realize that was gonna happen today. That's interesting, but I didn't want to delay the stream or not stream today because I've been wanting to try this out. It's easy to make excuses for things and not want to, but I'll definitely be resting my eyes a bit after that because I'm very light sensitive. So as you can imagine, anything bright right now, not good. Either way, so yeah, do a little bit of warming these levels up. We are playing the floor is lava mode for it, so the floor is lava. Not super complicated. But yeah, how's it going, Jamie? Hope you're doing well. I know we just talked like 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna be the one streamer on YouTube, or I guess the one streamer in general, that actually starts their stream early instead of late. Amazing. All it took was getting my pupils dilated and setting a somewhat generous start time. Either way, just gonna do these a little bit. I was feeling really good last stream about runs. Things seem to be going pretty well. So I'm going to try to maybe get a PB. Opposed to other days where I don't try to PB, you know. I don't want to try to PB every day. I feel like that's That's just a stereotypical speedrunner thing to do, like actually PB and improve your time. I like to like think outside the box a little bit and not. Because you see the thing is if you keep PBing, eventually your time gets too good. So if you simply just don't PB, then your time never gets too good, and then you can like stretch out content. My goodness. What a wild wild thing to do. I'd actually be kind of disappointed if I knew someone was doing that. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you delay posting them until you know, make sure to keep optimal viewer count. It would actually be kind of interesting to do like a study. I don't know how long it would take to do, but like people's viewer numbers while they have green splits, while they have red splits, or while their splits aren't going, sort of thing, and just see like does that actually affect people watching? Are people more likely to watch a run that's ahead even if like the splits are complete garbage, just because, you know, green splits go burr? I feel like there's legitimately people's viewership would go up. There's way less delay on YouTube. There's actually not a lot of delay on Twitter. Jeez. Yeah, my normal place of streaming, Twitter. I was thinking of streaming primarily on Discord, but you know what? I've decided that instead of that, I'll be transitioning over to TikTok, where I will be doing all my speedrunning content. I've signed an exclusive contract with TikTok. I can only run games that are as short as a TikTok now. I'm sorry for all my fans that enjoyed watching my hour-long speedruns or minute-long speedruns. I can only run Clue now. But yeah, there's even a more, what's it called? There's even a lighter delay you can do. This is like the low delay, but there's like a super low delay you can set up, which I don't even know what that would be. I guess that just means like my viewers appear behind me and can watch in real time. I don't know. I don't know how it gets better than that. It probably is really taxing on your interwebs. But yeah. Thank you, Siamese Goose, for stopping by and checking out the fun, different place of streamage today. Encoding overloaded. Consider turning down. No, I won't. I appreciate the suggestion, OBS, but no. I don't think I'm dropping any. Well, actually, let me move my splits and see if it says anything. Skipped frames due to encoding lag, 0.9%. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's almost 1%. It's probably because it's loading levels in for the first time, and it's like freaking out. It's fine. Average time to render frame, 2.1 milliseconds. My goodness, that seems fast. Yeah, let me see if like when I load a level, that's when it happens. I wouldn't be surprised. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, I wonder if Twitch Mobile just has a more lax delay compared to Twitch. Not Twitch. Good lord, I can't speak. I'm gonna scream! I wonder how easy it is if you stream to YouTube. I guess it would be even easier to like clip something off of a... Actually, does YouTube natively let you clip something from a broadcast and make it its own video? Twitch Mobile, kind of bad, yeah. A little bit. Interesting. My encoder's not happy. Why does it do that? 1 second. Let me see if there's a little way to fix this. Reduce output resolution, lower frame rate, change encoding preset, and changing encoding presets. I forget where that is though. Instead of max performance, how about just performance? How about I do that? Alright, let me know if it's framey at all. I will fix it. It just dips to like, instead of 60 frames per second, it dips to like 54. So, it's not the end of it. Let me do a couple levels for Western, and then let's do it to it. This level, why not? Yeah, it does not like when I load new areas. I should probably do that before I start the stream normally. Uh-oh, it's panicking right now. OBS Studio, what you doing? I don't know why it turns red when it's like, oh, you're at 48 frames per second. Like, I'm shooting for 60. Weird. This is kind of how I expected it would go. Let me see. Let me try to. Yeah, Twitch delay's never been super bad for me. Always been kind of alright with it. Let me very quickly change the resolution of the stream and the frame rate, and then the stream will... Yeah, right. Play on Twitch computer is almost always fine. It's just mobile puts like 30 seconds behind something. Seems like it. The current resolution is 44:810, which is not optimal. What does that mean? I mean it's not optimal. Well, let me change it back then. Well, now it's saying that 1980 by 1080 is not optimal. What does that mean? This is a fun learning experience. I don't know what that means. Anyways, I don't care. I don't care that it's not optimal. Not optimal is kind of just the description of a lot of things I do. Okay, I'm gonna like do 7 and then just do some runs after this. My goodness. Why is it not happy? I've given you everything you want, YouTube, and more. Maybe not more, but... Sorry, I'm trying to figure out why it's being a butt right now. A little weird. Let me try, like, I have no issues with this bitrate when I'm normally doing things. Let me... That might be the encoder preset. Where is the encoder? Streaming. I will try lowering the resolution one more time and see if that helps it. What does it mean that 1280 720 is not optimal either? It doesn't matter what resolution I pick, it says it's not optimal. I don't know what resolution it wants. Interesting. There's probably some small things I don't know about what YouTube wants formatting wise, that's why it's not happy. Because connection wise, my connection's fine. I mean, I've streamed at Twitch with these settings for a while, but I don't know. I don't know what it means by optimal resolution. Let me do some runs and just kind of let it figure itself out, and if it doesn't, then I'll research some stuff about it for whenever I do this again. Might be one of these things, once I've like played through the levels and done all this, then it'll kind of warm itself up to stuff and it'll be alright. This is why you do test streams. Anyways, so, like I said before, my stream today is like kind of a weird time compared to like normal Twitch streams because I went to the eye doctor. My eyes have been pretty good for like literally 6 years or so. I don't know what suboptimal resolution means still. I've tried every resolution set between like 1920 to like 12 or 1280. I've tried every single like 16:9 resolution between there, and it isn't happy. Come on! Oh my goodness. This is just where the game bullies me, I think. Yeah, my eyes again were pretty much the exact same. I think this is the first time in a while like my prescription for my sunglasses, my glasses has changed since I was like in high school and stuff like that. Like my eyes are pretty good actually, surprisingly, when I spend a lot of time in front of a screen and all that sort of stuff. Even with all the eye strain I do, my eyes are actually pretty good. Despite my best efforts to destroy my eyes, it don't work. Wow, that was really weird. The light post just collapsed in on itself and decided that it would not let the run continue. It's been a while since I've just seen it reject me from being able to go fast. I still have eyes. Everything's good with that. Nothing to worry about. Always nice. Spent a lot of time. So me and Jamie are working on redesigning some stuff with the stream. Redesigning the lovely blob you see in the top left. Kind of doing all that together, so that'll be a whole fun thing to figure out. It's really fun actually. I'm having a good time. I'm just like reorganizing a lot of stuff. Both like visual stuff you guys see and just generally like reorganizing how my computer and streams are laid out and stuff like that. Really nice kind of like summer fall cleaning thing. Like it feels nice to organize everything back in place. And what happens, I usually like will organize all my scenes and put everything where it needs to go and do all these things, and then it all kind of quickly, all my organization, I don't really follow it when I start adding new stuff to it, and you know, it goes from there. Every once in a while you gotta put stuff back where they belong. It's pretty fun. Nothing will be too different in terms of how the streams will be and feel. I don't know, my streams have never really gone through really big shifts in how it is. I mean, I think it's always been kind of mixed bag of speedrunning stuff and pretty laid back is how I like it. Because it's nice for me, and I hope it's nice for other folks as well. It's just nothing really stressful or too much to worry about. Just playing some video games. The speedruns I'd like to improve and get PBs and stuff, but I know for me at least, seeing people get very upset definitely puts me off from watching it. Ah! Angry grumbling noises. I just tried to keep my momentum forward and missed it. Unfortunate. Yeah, no real timetable on that. Neither of us are really rushing it because it's really for fun and stuff to do. Especially today where like my eyes are very sensitive to light. Like I really do like having the no face cam sort of setup of not needing a ring light pointed straight into my eyes, because today would not be a day to deal with it. It's a nice thing you can do. Technology is great. Except when it keeps lagging for no reason. Actually, it's settled down at this point. At least on my end, it looks like it's settled down. Tried to make that jump happen. Fortunate. Ah. I am looking into some other stuff to potentially speedrun in the future. I finished Remnant. That was fun, actually. I didn't think I would enjoy Remnant into the or from the ashes into the ashes into the ashes. I didn't think I would enjoy Remnant as much as I did. I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag in terms of bosses, which I think are like the main appeal of it. Sometimes the bosses were easier than the waves of enemies you had to fight to get to them, and then sometimes the bosses were really, really hard and you got stuck on them forever. Like the first boss and the last boss I fought were by far the hardest experiences in the game, except for the butterfly fight. I'm also talking vaguely because I don't want people haven't played, like it to be stuff that they can hear and not like get spoiled on anything. I don't know how much people care about that, but how long has Remnant even been out at this point? A decent bit, right? But yeah, I get what people mean when they're like a Souls-like game with guns. And kinda, but It uses some of the conventions from them. I accidentally shut it off. No, it was on purpose. I'm bailing. It's interesting it's doing that. It might be because it drops frames for a second there. I'd heard of it a few times before for Remnant. I just never jumped on it, but I've not played like a shooter game except for it, and like since BPM I've not really played a shooter game. And it's like I enjoy them. I don't know if it's Steam just is terrible for discovering them, or if people aren't making as many ones that aren't like really. I'd be kind of sad if it's like one of these things where the shooter game market is kind of just full of multiplayer stuff at this point. I really like single player games. Nice stuff to speedrun, just go against, or co-op stuff. Co-op stuff's a lot of fun. I think at the very least, even if there is nice. Even if there is a little bit of performance issues during this, I can use my log from this and figure out what the issue was and fix it afterwards. Anyways, not going to focus on it too much, but let me know if there's big issues with it and I will try to resolve them. Hello? Seems like it's struggling right now. Seems like, so the interesting thing with Twitch is my stream display doesn't seem to ever lag, even if there's like performance issues, but right now it seems like I can pretty accurately see what you guys are seeing. Borderlands 3? Yeah, I've never played Borderlands 3. I enjoyed Borderlands 1 and 2, what I played of. I should think I at least beat Borderlands 1. I think I got most of the way through Borderlands 2. I know I at least beat Borderlands 1, but yeah, I didn't really... I don't know. It seems good. I know a lot of people that have like speedrun it or enjoyed it. How's it going, Glint? I'm sure it'd be great. Welcome to my humble abode. YouTube was bullying me at the beginning of the stream and still a little bit right now, but we're working through it. Yeah, there are actually 4 games? Oh, I guess there is. Didn't really think about it. But yeah, I think I enjoy the games. I just, you know, sometimes I mean, I think even like I just kind of feel like I'm missing like first person games as well. Like I'm almost tempted to try out Ghost Runner. Probably just to play it casually, because I feel like there's certain games like that where it's like, well, I didn't pick it up when it came out, and like people were speedrunning the demo for the game. So now if I pick up speedrunning, I know speedrunning's not about that. As much as I say it, I know it's not. Like, if you want to speedrun it, just speedrun it sort of thing. It's a really cool run, cool game, very satisfying movement. Maybe why don't you like BPM? This is a controversial take I didn't know you had. Oh, I thought it only had like low, ultra low, and then ultra low and then ultra. Oh, those were the only settings. Boring? Understandable. I can see that opinion. Not also this good first run of the day. 10:35. Music and BPM is pretty nice. I feel like they kind of dropped the ball on a couple things for BPM, where it's like, it'd be really nice to have had songs with different BPMs, like all the songs are the same exact like beat per second. And I wish I don't know if they've ever done it and gone back and done it, but I really hoped and had wished that they'd quickly balance the game where the fastest build or like one of the best builds in the game didn't completely ignore the like mechanic of the game of shooting on the beat. Like the cooldown reduction build where you stack in cooldown reduction, so you just click as fast as you can. Yeah, you don't like the lore plot setting sort of thing where all stuff's kind of wonky a little bit, which is also understandable. Okay, good first jump. There's more where that came from. Okay, this is the interesting thing when I don't run the game on Ultra. It feels sluggish, control-wise. I don't think I'm making this up, but like if I don't play on Ultra, let me see if I like make it, like if I do this. But it feels like there's like the movement's more sluggish or oh wow, that's pretty crusty. Okay, so like it works fine if I lower the resolution. It's just if I lower the quality of the game. Oh, whoops, I'm not playing on lava. Right, we're gonna get a run started, I promise. The gameplay itself is fun. I like the music, I like the general flow of things. I just like the general idea of the game. Yeah, my controls are a lot more responsive when I play on Ultra for whatever reason. But yeah, I hadn't heard about Ghost Runner 2 getting announced. That's gonna be pretty cool. I wonder how long the development time was for that game. I wonder how quickly Ghost Runner 2 will come out. I wonder if it's Ghost Runner 2, it's the same exact formula but more levels, which I honestly feel like sometimes you don't need to do anything weird. Like I appreciate games trying new things and that's always nice, but with certain games there's not really a problem with just doing the same formula. I know everyone wants to innovate and do things, but sometimes it's just, you just want the same game but more levels. You want kind of a DLC for it. I guess it depends what the dev wants to do. In the end, Ultra Kill I've watched Teddy do a decent few runs of. I don't know if I've ever fully understood what I was watching, but that's kind of just the MO of Teddy's stream sometimes. That sometimes you don't really fully comprehend what's going on the screen. But it's like there's some nice colors going on and it's pretty cool and all. In the works. Oh, that's fair. Like Lovely Planet, I think is getting another game. But I think they're trying out some new stuff with it. Been the interesting thing about Lovely Planet has been, except for the most recent Lovely Planet game, they've all been the same setting, but they've all been very different. So it's interesting to see that. Right now what I've mostly been playing, other than this on stream, like I said, I was playing Remnant. Remnant's pretty fun. I want to try to do harder difficulty stuff, so maybe I'll stream that. I streamed a little bit playing through it. I probably streamed like one of the hardest things I ended up doing, which was like the first boss. And then everything else past that was a little bit more of a pushover. Final boss is challenging, but once you get what you're supposed to do, it's kind of simple. Along with all the new stream organizing stuff, I actually sat down last night. I was watching Foxy do some Death's Door speedruns, which actually look really cool. If you've not seen a Death's Door speedrun yet, and I mean, I would say play it from what I've seen, but also watching runs of it's pretty cool. But I was like organizing like my computer, and my documents folder is a wasteland, and just, you know, just a toxic waste dump of everything. And I finally just sat down and organized it. There's one downside of that though. If you move files from, like, move files that you use for OBS Studio from one place to another, OBS Studio like freaks out, and when the next time you open it, any file that's missing, it'll be like, where did you put these? Where are they? And you have to go one by one through them and re-find where they are in your directory. And yeah, Death's Door has some out of bounds clipping interesting stuff that I saw. I've been watching current patch stuff because all the people I already follow are doing current patch stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of fun vicariously talking with you about Final Fantasy XIV, because I don't feel a need to play it right now. But it's fun to talk about. It's fun to talk about and think about, but not play. Not even that it's not fun to play, it's just other stuff I want to do, and I didn't really have a lot I was gonna do in Final Fantasy XIV anymore. I hit the end of the road on stuff I wanted to do, and it was what it was. Gotta make time somehow, and stopping playing an MMO is a good way to get some time back. Yeah, I don't mind it. In the past, it's kind of been a thing where if I am sitting in someone's stream and they like start talking about it, I'm like, I don't like hearing people talk about it. But I don't mind really. I feel like I'm actually playing a lot today, which is weird because I'm not, well, never mind. Not super focused laser brain. Also, what else have I been up to? We've been discovering the flexibility and creativity of stuff you can do in Google Slides, and also just coming up with silly stuff. Be good. And also the amount of free, license-free, attribution-free stuff online that you can use. A surprising amount. I just feel like it takes me a lot longer to look at something and figure out if it's visually like appealing or not. I'm just sometimes I can like my brain will know that something isn't really visually good on how it's set up, but it doesn't know why. It just like it just doesn't seem right. But I don't know what's wrong with it. Not very good. I'm not, you know, do not have fashion sense in any like meanings or interpretations of it. I just kind of do stuff until it works. Yeah. Sorry, my brain took a second. I'm like, I was trying to like translate CP into a game, and I'm like, what game starts with a C? Couldn't think of any, but then I figured it out. My brain took a second, but we got there in the end, and that's the part that matters. I will say I was kind of distracted while I was watching it because I had the stream on one monitor, and then I had like the Windows Explorer thing up with all the files that were in my documents folder, and then I had like 4 or 5 different windows open on my other monitor that were just all the folders I was organizing it into. I was hardcore organizing, setting things up. I just get bursts of like, I want to clean stuff up and like make it better, and then 90% of the time just like laziness of putting stuff out of place, so that one day a month that I feel compelled to fix it is when I clean it up. Darkest Dungeon speedruns are actually kind of wild. It's not a run that I would have expected to be kind of broken. Yeah, I think if you have a space pre-made for things, it makes it easier just to throw it into there instead of having to have the energy to go and make a place for it and then put it there. Once it's already there, it's just like easy. No, Death Door is what we were talking about. But you reminded me that Darkest Dungeon's also kind of an interesting speedrun. Try Crud has done. I don't know if currently is doing speedruns of Darkest Dungeon. Did like all no, didn't do all achievements. Did 100%, which is not all achievements. All achievements is a longer run than 100%, which is a thing in some games, and I guess it is a thing in Mailmall too, but it's an interesting distinction. But usually like all achievements has like certain things that are kind of beyond what you would expect from an 100% run. Not necessarily all achievement. This is why they're separate sometimes. I do forget what the distinction is for Darkest Dungeon though. I think there is achievements like some of the people you start with at the very beginning, you have to have them complete one of the Darkest Dungeon levels? That or go into one? I don't know. I've not played much at all of Darkest Dungeon. I'm bad at those games, and I'm a weenie. I am the person that saves scums a bunch in XCOM because I don't want my people to die. It's been a while since I played XCOM too. Lots of instead of playing new games, let me just keep playing the same old games. I went to I want to branch out and actually play stuff and that. I gotta do it. There's too many games to play. I'm not playing these. Guess I'm not really doing that right now, but like I said before, I'm kind of weirdly picky about games, but not weirdly picky like I only play really good stuff. I just only play stuff that makes my brain do things. Some sorts of things. I wouldn't say happy, it's just like stuff that makes my brain interested. Not always in a good way. Sometimes it's morbid curiosity. Something not so good. I'll play like games that are objectively, I mean I've speedrun a lot of games that I wouldn't even say objectively, objectively is the wrong word. Very openly accepted as not very well-made games, or not very, I'm gonna say good. I'm trying to think of a better word than good. Thanks, Elviscore, appreciate it. Welcome to YouTube finally succumbing to my internet connection and not throwing hissy fit. I think I've got it. Even though it keeps telling me I'm not streaming in an optimal resolution. Still don't know what that means. I don't know what you want from me, YouTube. I'm just trying. I just want the donut to roll to the end. I don't need this extra stuff. I got enough to think about. Happy to be done with stuff for the day. No more getting my eyes checked out. No more nothing. Gotta this. Yeah, the smile is kind of like a very passive-aggressive smile on YouTube for some reason. I mean, I kind of feel the same way about the Twitch one, honestly. With the default smile emoji is like one of those things, like, haha, like that sort of like, haha, I hate you laugh sort of feeling. And I know it's not what people mean, but sometimes people use them that way, or accidentally it seems that way, and it's really funny. I don't know why it's so hard to make a, God bless America. I don't know why it's so hard to make a smile emote that doesn't frighten. I would like one that sparks joy, please. Is that a dabbing emoji? I mean, one of the better like emotes they have is the loading circle for when people's connection starts not existing. So you can BM them in chat. Or when they can't think of things. When your brain doesn't work and turns into a loading circle. The entire reason of chat, whatever it's, no matter what site it's on, is to BM the streamer into submission. Of course. Yeah, some people were talking about streaming to Discord instead of Twitch today. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure they're just saying they're going to be hanging out in Discord instead and they'll play stuff in there, and instead of like saying like it's an alternative to streaming on Twitch. That's fair. most of the streams where I watch on YouTube, I really like the chat isn't super important because it's usually like I don't watch a lot of larger streams on Twitch, but on YouTube I have it like pretty large ones in the background like most of the time. I don't watch a lot of like small YouTube streamers like I do on Twitch, which is weird because YouTube apparently has better discoverability. I just work extra hard to find folks. I mean, it's because all the speedrunners. I don't know a lot of speedrunners actually stream on YouTube. I know of one streamer I follow that streams primarily on YouTube. Or one speedrunner, not streamer, speed streamer, stream runner. One of my favorite modern stream questions is saw somebody asking, it was probably speedrun.com forums. I just blame them for any questions that are really funny. Someone was asking why someone had a heart rate monitor on their stream, and if I remember correctly, they also asked if it was part of the rules that they need to have their heart rate monitor on the stream. Actually, I think they also asked if it was like for a medical reason to like monitor to make sure it doesn't get so high. I'm like, interesting. Interesting question. You are in the speedrun.com rules for the game required to have a heart rate monitor. Otherwise, your run will be declined for possible cheating. You must allow a mod to sit to live in. Well, if you get top 3 in Minecraft, you must allow one of the mods to live in your house. You must house them, feed them, give them space to sleep, and anytime you do runs, they must be sitting in the background. Where's my heart rate monitor? If you look in the top left, you'll see there is no heart. I am a heartless being. Like Kirby, I am shaped like a friend, but I have no heart. It's a cruel fate. Emote of 2 people bumping looks. It does look like 2 ducks fighting. I would agree with that. Oh, I finally remembered like the entire point of what I was saying before and talking about organizing stuff. So I was organizing. I had 2 folders. I have a normal game, like game repo of all like the games I've downloaded from like itch.io, and then I have all the like animal games I downloaded from itch.io, and I had like 5 or 6, like 6 or 7 games actually in the normal game folder, and then I had like 30 in the animal game folder. Like, I have a problem. Or at least last year I had a problem. I'm getting better. I don't know. Is it better or worse that I've run like 3 or 4 things this year, and last year I ran like 30? It's just different goals, you know? Thanks, Jeffrey. I appreciate that. My room, unfortunately, is not cool because when I play this game, it makes my CPU spin up. Like, I think OBS Studio is using like 5% of my CPU, and this game's using like 50, like 30 or 40%. So my room just becomes a sauna, and it's an extra challenge with running the game unintentionally. Yeah, it's just different goals. It's just different stuff. I mean, last year after I was done with it, I wanted to focus on runs and actually get good times in them. But it was kind of fun to try out a bunch of different things and see what I liked. Yeah, my thought is that they intentionally made it like run up your CPU so that while you're playing Floor is Lava, so that you get the realistic experience of feeling like you're on fire. That's just a me thing. Yeah, I should have. Oh. Plus, save me, thanks. One thing I should have asked when I got my eyes checked is like, why does pointing like shiny lights at your eyes for eye exams not like do any damage to them? I've always wondered that. I feel like it would. I guess they're made specifically not to do that. I guess they would probably... I mean, I imagine they wouldn't do it if it injures your eyes, but I'm curious how it doesn't. Laziness is the reason for me not doing a lot of things. I'm trying to focus on that like the last couple of weeks and just like do stuff instead of thinking about doing stuff. Like I feel like I like to keep busy, but like the stuff I keep busy with isn't really like I'm not really doing a lot. Maybe then there's only so much time for so many things in the end. It's okay if you stare at the sun if no, I'm not even completing that thought. Not a good thing to say. Don't stare at the sun. No matter how cool it looks. But yeah. The sun is also kind of stronger than little baby pocket light he's got. But I usually get like headaches from eye exams anyways, just because past concussion and stuff like that has made me a bit sensitive to bright lights and all that. I live in my cave and dim all the lights and make angry noises whenever anybody gets near. Little grumbling noises. Oh, he did ask about so the speedrunners. I think it was just speedrunners, but when I received my shirt for speedrunning for last SGDQ, it came with a Doctors Without Borders mask. And he asked me if I was like, "Are you like part of Doctors Without Borders?" I'm like, "No, no." Yeah, I just helped raise money for them. Said it very vaguely. I don't mind talking about like, oh yeah, I do like speedrunning charity events. It's pretty cool. Like, but you gotta know your audience. You know, some people they're not gonna really get it, and it's okay to just be like, yeah, help out with charity event. Not ashamed of raising money for charity. The folks that actually like do Doctors Without Borders and go to other countries and help them out are very selfless people and very cool. Happy that one of the charities that EQ is partnered with. I think we should be fine. Yeah. The noises were a necessary precaution. It was my donut breaking noise. I'm surprised I died there. If I was the donut, I simply would just not get electrocuted. I just can't make it up on that vent for some reason. Sometimes my brain just stops working. And there's not a lot to do about it. You just kind of gotta write it out and let it happen. Come on! I got a gold split though. Yeah, I finished a run today, and it was a sub 11 run too, so, I mean, I think generally we're playing well. Go buy some donuts today. I mean, I kind of feel that way every day. Could go for a run today, honestly. That's what I've been thinking. Last time I went running, it rained really kind of hard and was not the best time to run, and I do a lot of hills, but I don't do a lot of just jogging around, and I was very sore and also just covered with rain, and you know, I don't mind running in the rain though. Square donut? Square donuts sounds frightening. They are actually donuts that are square. I don't know if we have any like places specifically just for donuts around here. We might. I don't remember the last time I've actually gone and gotten a donut. As much as I like them. That's kind of cursed, but kind of cool. At the very least, it's unique. There's no reason they have to be circular. I don't need my donut to roll efficiently unless I'm playing this game. Even when they roll efficiently in this game doesn't mean they actually will. Aye. Yeah, that kind of worked out in the end. We saved time. Oh, also fun thing. I mentioned in Discord, but I have like 3 different YouTube URLs now. There's like a user URL, there's a C URL, and there's like a channel URL. So technically, I think it's my /C URL or whatever it is now bullets everywhere. So like one of my URLs now is like kind of somewhere close to like the rest of my channel's names are, instead of being completely diametrically different from all of them. Yeah. The account is no longer failguide998877, but you can still access the YouTube channel using that link because I can't get rid of it. It's a mess. YouTube has like 2 different legacy URLs, so I don't think it's actually possible to get rid of that link now with this account. I guess I gotta delete the account. Bye, guys. Been a fun experiment. Ugh. I think I would have continued if the run had been a little bit faster going into it, even if I messed it up, but it's already a little slow and I kind of missed the cycle stuff. At some point again, I'd like to try to get some folks together to do Gartic Phone because I've not done that. And I think since I did it with the first look obscure speedrun folks, don't think I have actually done Gartic Phone. Fun to play with everybody else and yeah, hang out and draw stick people and all that. Or maybe not draw stick people. Much fun as it is. Maybe that's my goal for this year, is to level up from drawing stick people to drawing blobs. We were talking about it before, and like I can doodle little bullets actually kind of well because I've done it a little bit for fun. But like actually humanoid blobs, apparently not as good, not as practiced. I think it's easier to suck at art when people expect you to suck at art, like when you're younger. And then you get to a point where it's like, well, I guess I'm just bad. But in the end, it's just a practice thing. You gotta practice it some. Even if the goal is to just get better at doodling stuff. I would really like to see Western at some point during this stream. We've been doing kind of stuck on the first split for a little bit, but I don't know, we've been having good paces going through it. Just the problem of having good runs is, or good runs to run against is, it can't really, I need to be going out of city being ahead to have a chance of PBing. I can't go out of that being behind and expect to PB, because it's not going to work out, unfortunately. That's true. We're definitely not Western. We must be Eastern. No other directions apparently exist in this game. I guess, actually, the entire point of the game is you can only go 2 directions, so it works. I mean, I guess, technically you can go up and down, but whatever. Wouldn't be much of a game if you could only go left and right and you couldn't jump. Weird looking graph already. We're not even past the first split and the graph already looks questionable. I don't know why I keep getting stuck on the shed, like the edge of the roof there. Just sort of happens. I'd like to finish a couple more runs today before I inevitably release myself from this mortal coil and return to my blobular form called putting, like, should I go? I kind of just need to like lay around and shut my eyes because my pupils were dilated, so a little bit more sensitive than usual to light. So, thankfully, the screen isn't too bright, and I didn't know that was something that I was due for. There's nothing wrong with my eyes. Good. They're still there. I'm trying to draw with the graph. It's kind of hard to make drawings with the graph, though. Because then I'd have to be consistent. I feel like that'd be better. It's a good excuse for why I'm not doing well, is I'm trying to draw something very specific. I'm having to fail at just the right moments. Oh, well, that was unfortunate. Way to die. Potentially recoverable, actually probably recoverable, but that was just not how I wanted it to go down. Streaming Spy Party might be a fun thing in the future as well. I've really only been playing it with my brother, really. Because we both are at similar levels of not knowing what we're doing at the game. Wow, it collapsed. I would just be like anxious streaming it because there's not a lot of people that stream Spy Party. Well, I mean, I won't say there's not a lot of people, but usually there's like at most like a couple people streaming it at a time, but usually there's like nobody streaming it. And I know that like the people that are really into the game, like if you like any stream that pops up, they'll be kind of like hanging out, and it's like, I'm sorry, don't expect a lot from me. Actually, I guess it's a really interesting community because it's small enough where like all like the really good players kind of just know each other. Like everyone's kind of aware of each other, and like tendencies with them, and I don't get a lot of like, But you have people with like thousands of games on there and thousands of hours, and it's like still learning stuff. For those who don't know, Spy Party is like a game where one person plays as a spy that is trying to complete objectives at a party full of AI that are just kind of wandering around doing things, while there's a sniper watching them trying to figure out based on who is doing certain things, and through hard tells, which are things that only the spy will do, and soft tells, which are things that that's not even a tell then. Sorry, like my brain is melting. Soft tell, would that be considered stuff that the AI would normally do, but are stuff that if the spy needs to do, I guess? Either way, so like stuff that AI might do, but combined with like someone doing a lot of those things together might make them suspicious, or catching somebody doing things that only a spy would do. There's a whole element of like behavior with it where you can pick people out based on doing stuff AIs would never do that aren't necessarily objectives, but they're like etiquette things, like, hey, AIs don't really often go outside this certain venue with drinks, or there's certain etiquette to returning the briefcase to the ambassador, or all this other stuff that I barely even scratch the surface with. Like idle animation, like not cutting them short, or all this stuff you can learn, which is interesting, but it's also like a bit overwhelming at some points. I've watched a lot of it, and I still like, when I play, I'm not even mindful of any of that. I'm just like thinking on a very basic level of like, where is the guy that's trying to shoot me looking? What do I need to do? What is nearby? What is possible? What do I feel like doing? It's very almost like I've not played the game, but it's still fun. Not really been big on like social deduction games where like you're playing with a big group and like you have to lie to people and stuff like that, but these sort of games where you're not, I mean, I guess you're technically trying to deceive the other person, but it's like Not really verbally, it's more just through what you're doing in the game, trying to throw them off and stuff like that, so. I'm dead. That's okay, they're running. And I've already a little bit more behind than I would have liked. Just jumped a little early. I did see that Shots Fired posted their games list today, I think. So I'm gonna take a look at that actually. I've not looked at it yet, but I'm curious what got accepted into it. Shots Fired is a shooter-only speedrunning marathon, though the definition of what is a shooter game is usually a little bit lenient for either just to be funny or to allow for unique things. It's not a very serious marathon. It's not for any charity or anything. It's just kind of folks coming together and putting on a fun event. Hey, submit anything? I don't really have anything to submit. I mean, there's stuff that you could technically make a case for that I've played. But yeah, I didn't submit anything. I might offer to help out with things, but more than likely, I don't know. I've not been submitting to a lot of marathons, not a lot of online marathons this year so far. Some of it's been me just forgetting, and some of it's that I'm only focusing on a few things. And right now I'm focusing on this game, which is fairly short to submit for marathons, and Soul Axiom, which is a bit long and lesser known to submit to marathons. So kind of just a combination of things that I could submit, but I have not. Yeah, there was ways I could have justified submitting this, and it was a short game anyway, so it probably could have gotten in, but I would just rather they accept more FPS games. Or third-person shooters, or actual games that involve shooting things. I'd rather they accept Super Mario Sunshine than this. They have accepted before in the past. Gotcha, Mario. Yeah, I don't know what picture I'm drawing this time with the graph. Darn it! Stupid soccer ball. Like I said before, like, not being on Twitter has made it infinitely harder to remember about marathons getting posted. I've not been on Ongus, or whatever the correct pronunciation is, to the ones that are being posted. I checked before. Wasn't anything I was really... Wow, I actually just... I died specifically because I pulled back there because I got a lot of extra speed I wasn't expecting. Alright, let's do it slowly. We're decently behind, and like I said, I want to be ahead up to this, but I'm waiting for something tragic to happen before I reset. It was almost tragic. Time-wise, this is not a bad run right now. PB-wise, looking rough. Also, apologies, my dogs start barking loudly. Hear someone nearby. The worst guard dogs ever, but they're very loud. Oh, apparently not very loud. They just simply forgot to. Ooh, keep doing that. I don't know what has happened to how I do the level, but I just get a little bit too spicy and just jump straight over the edge. Hey, on the bright side, we got a gold split this run. It's now worth it. Oh, okay, never mind. I held back, or not held back, I stopped my jump really early. I thought I ended up jumping just barely in the lava because of it. It's been kind of spooky lately, because if you go too fast on that uphill section there, you end up getting buzzsawed. Not good for your health. Unfortunately, you do not become a bunch of tiny donuts that zoom around and do what they need to do anyways. Isn't there a zombie game like that where, like, if you just get your head cut off, you just keep going around as a head? I feel like it's multiple games at this point, actually. I feel like I'm describing more than one game. That or this is a fever dream that I imagined. Getting really good at doing that level kind of fast. One of these weird things of, it's not a bad run, like at all. It's not a PB anymore. Very weird feeling. Need better than good. Would be cool to see if someone picks this up. I've actually been having like a weird urge to run Spy Chameleon again for some reason. I don't know why. I had a good time running that. So I might submit it for GDQ just to see if they accept it so I have an excuse to run it again. I mean, I can run it again anyways, and I probably will, but... Make a TAS? Yeah. Are you saying that I'm not good enough to play as well as a TAS? This is basically just live TASing, my goodness. I make no mistakes. None at all! I've never had a time loss on any of my runs ever. My splits are just wrong. Ah! Okay, I lived. I made a very weird noise that I really can't explain. I won't try to. I don't have to. This is my stream. I don't have to explain the weird noises I make. I could. Perfectly normal noises. Just the demon inside of me / gremlin, same thing. I am part gremlin. Somewhere on my dad's side, I think. I'm not as good as a robot specifically designed to not make mistakes. I'll let you know when my ego recovers from that. I don't know if it ever will, but I guess you had to break the news at some point. We all have our faults. At least like the time started ticking while I was in the last level. Always a bad feeling when before you even gotten to the last level you're already losing. You're already like the world record PB time is already like flipped away. Well, on the bright side, the auto-scroller's been going well so far today. I've not messed it up. Think you're better at than tasks as a friend. Understandable. Until they develop a AI specifically meant for being a friend. I would like a Kirby-shaped AI, please. I wonder if I should go get some like tea or some hot chocolate or something. Give myself a little boost for the stream. Should do that more often. I used to do that a lot of streams. I would just bring some hot chocolate with me when I was about to start. I imagine hot chocolate's not actually good for like streaming and talking, but I already have enough problems talking anyways. It really won't affect the quality of word speaking, probably. Yeah, I think I was thinking of either unlisting, like having streams be unlisted but on like a playlist on my channel, or just leaving this one up. I think for now I'll just leave it up because I don't know how many YouTube streams I'll do. We'll see. It might be a fun thing to keep up with. Not a big difference to me. Streaming here or there, which is also doing its usual nothing with issues. Unfortunate, but not surprising. Speaking of not being able to do normal things, I can't do the level. It's impossible. They patched it. It is gonna be kind of, I know it's one of these games that's like you get resets that happen in the first 10, 20, 30 seconds pretty often. But it's still kind of wild to me that Ranked Up will probably be the first run in a while where I've had like 1,000 attempts on. Because I've not really spent that much time on a lot of runs. I mean, I spend a lot of time on Pompu. Pompu I think I have like 100 something hours in. Full X and rebooted a lot of the time I have in it is just glitch hunting though. Now what else have I run here? Elefantasy was this year, right? Yeah. That's still just like a really funny, kind of funny situation where I don't really blame the dev for patching the mole glitch that was in the game for Elefantasy, because it was something that I ran into in my first playthrough and that actually bugged the game for me, but also was really useful for speedrunning. It was just funny, like, I think it was less than 24 hours between them finding the speedrun and the glitch being patched. It was very quick. I'm so surprised I didn't hit the roof there. I just skimmed along it. Okay, I'm going to very quickly get something to drink, something warm, because my throat is actually not being friend-shaped right now. Why is it purple? I think it's broken. Why is it doing that? Interesting. Alright, well we gotta do the really professional streamer thing. There we go. I just like, because it's voice activated, if I close my door, it'll just wake up. I am speaking indoors. Alright, that was fun. I have no clue why the BRB thing broke. Actually, I know exactly why it broke, is because when I was moving all the files around, and I had to re-link files to sources in OBS, I must have linked it to the wrong one. So the BRB text turned into a purple bullet for some reason. I don't know. Very weird. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. Gotta fix it. I mean, I don't have to fix it, but probably make it a little bit more clear. I think I might go to actually having like a proper be right back screen where it actually is a different scene instead of just a little thing overlaid on it. I don't know. I don't know that really makes a difference. Pretty easy to make though. Well, I have one right now actually. Dave has made me sources for the longest time for all different things, and I appreciate it. But it has been fun dabbling in putting stuff together. Darn, I thought I was gonna land on the bench. Well, that was tragic. But it's interesting. A lot of problem solving and figuring out how I want things to... I'm best when you can actually, like, there's like a concrete sort of problem to solve. If it's just like design something to make it look nice, I really struggle because it's like, I don't know what that means. Hard for me to figure out in my brain how it's supposed to look. Either way. I only need to get like a few more like heartbreak sort of runs where they should have PB'd but I like just threw on a level or something like that before I get an actual good PB again. Like, I think I got pretty close to PBing before I got my current one. Or I had like a 2-week period of just like not PBing, and I wasn't playing bad. It's just you have to kind of improve and get consistent and play at that level sort of thing. Whoops. Whatever. That works too. I enjoy playing this game anyway, so... Oh, I didn't hit the soccer ball how I wanted to. Why it's always important whenever anyone asks. Okay, so you want to get into speedrunning. Most important thing, at least in my mind, is you need to pick a game that you enjoy or will enjoy. Something you can put a lot of hours into and stuff you don't mind, like, you know, the intro to it, like the music for it, stuff you're gonna be interacting with a lot. Like, you have to just enjoy how it feels to play it, because you're just gonna be moving around in it a lot. Like, it's gotta be something you enjoy off the bat, where playing it, you're not playing it because other people run it, sort of thing. I mean, you can run stuff other people run. It is possible to run games other people run. As much as I don't. But it's important not to just run it because other people run it. Gotta enjoy it. Now, I don't think every game that someone likes is good for speedrunning, though. I think an important part of the process is looking at if there are any runs out there for it. Like, how does that look? Does it look fun? If you're looking for something not very glitch heavy, is it, you know, does it fit that? If you are looking for something that's got a lot of glitches, is like this game gonna really work out for you? There are games where casually you can enjoy playing it, but the speedrun is so diametrically like different. It's so completely different from it that it isn't always a good indicator of the run, just because you enjoyed it casually. In a game like this, like you kind of understand playing through it, like what the game being run is gonna look like. It's not, you wouldn't be like, this game isn't suddenly gonna become like a bunch of glitches and unexpected stuff where you're clipping through walls or sequence breaking. It's like, no, it's, you're kind of just gonna platform through efficiently, and that's that. I do think routing games is a good experience for people to get, though, especially if they haven't done it before. Even if it's not a game that nobody's done, like nobody's played through it and ran it, like it doesn't have to be completely untouched to be something you route. I ran Call of War as Gunslinger, and that game had already been routed, but you can still put some time into routing it. Oh nice, a storm just immediately randomly started when I went out for a second to, not out, but when I went to grab a drink real quick, it wasn't raining, and now it is raining and storming. Interesting. Mother Nature, what did I do to you? The donut animals, I think, are an affront to nature, because ever since I started running the game, there's been a lot of raining and storming lately. Is that actually a strat you can do consistently? All the way across to there? Because that would be kind of nice. Be a lot easier. I think I should still make... Oh, wow. Bro. Even with how much it's been storming, thankfully my power's like not gone out while I've been... Actually, it's not even gone out at all, which is pretty good, but... I like rain noise, I just don't like storming noises. I like heavy rain. Not the game, but... I should have not played the game, so I can't say I don't like it. I don't think I would like it. This is how my brain actually works. Just by saying the words heavy rain, it's me like video game? Game? I almost missed the pole there and would have had to reset probably. That's okay. A little slip there is not too bad, especially when you get the strat first try for that level. Better to just accept that you're not gonna make the jump across and take it slow if you gotta. We're not on bad pace. I think we're still on PB-able pace. It's just, like I said before, really just want to be ahead going out of city, and it's not really possible with my current time. If we get a really good finish to this split, that would be nice. Put us back on track a little bit. Whatever. I got 2 lava jumps and I just was like, whatever. I'll just keep going until the lava jumps stop happening or the level's over. What am I? Well, that's not a good sound. Yeah, probably a sign to just stop streaming before my power gets knocked out. But I enjoyed streaming on YouTube, trying it out to hang out with everybody. Always good times. But that's that thunder. Yes, that was the booming sound. Sounds much closer now, so probably good to stop and call it a day here. But I think I'll mess around with streaming on YouTube a bit more. I had a good time with it. Minus the small tech issues that I had to figure out that I still don't completely know what was going on, but what can you do? But yeah, have a good afternoon, evening, or whatever time of day it is for you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow for some Soul Axiom. It should be on Twitch. Post in Discord about it when we go live for that, but it should be around this time tomorrow.